Hi guys, and welcome to yet another video. Today I'm gonna do a review because I haven't done a review in such a long time. But anyway, a film came out that completely just knocked me for six, so I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell you what I liked or what I disliked and give you my final rating. Okay, so the film I'm talking about, of course, is War for the Planet of the Apes. Now, I watched the first one. I think it was on the plane home from Florida the last time I went, and I liked it. It was engaging. It was, Andy Serkis, he is a god of motion capture performances by this point. He's an absolute national treasure. I liked it. I never saw the second. And then I went with my friend to see War for the Planet of the Apes. When I walked into this, Wonder Woman was my favourite film of this year, without a doubt. And then War for the Planet of the Apes just went, nah, screw that. It was phenomenal. I was actually speechless after finishing watching it. I kind of had to sit there for a minute and just absorb everything that I just watched. Oh my gosh, it was epic. Everything in this film is by nature epic. By very definition, epic. It's an epic story, and it was told in an extremely epic way, and I'm so freaking happy. There's hope. There's hope for the film industry. Yes. Okay, anyway, I'll start with performances. The acting. As I've said before, Andy Serkis is an absolute national treasure. How he hasn't won an Oscar at this point, it bewilders me. He had me caring about a CGI ape more than I care about most humans. Now, I don't know if that's more saying something about me or about this film. I don't know. But everything that Caesar goes through, even from the first one, he's gone from being essentially a pet, an experiment, prisoner, leader, and legend. These films have been his story, and the conclusion, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't think I've ever said that about a character's arc before. Perfect. I am overwhelmed by how good this film was. I am completely overwhelmed. Andy Serkis was absolutely phenomenal. If he doesn't win an Oscar, there is something inherently wrong with Hollywood. His performance was on an entirely other level. And consider, most actors have just got to act with their face and, physicality and that. He's got to act over motion capture, which is a skill all of its own. And another standout, surprisingly, was a character that could have gone either way. And that was Bad Ape. And I, for the life of me, can't remember what his actor's name was. But if I find it, I'll put it somewhere around here. He was a nice surprise. Because, Bad Ape could have gone two very different ways. He could have been the Jar Jar Binks of the War for the Planet of the Apes. He could have been Jar Jar. Or he could have been a really lovable, deep character. I'm so glad he was the latter. He was so cute. And everything is just... it's just amazing. I don't even have the words. Now I should probably actually talk about, the human performances. Woody Harrelson. Amazing. The monkeys were amazing. But Woody Harrelson, he could have been just the archetypal bad guy. I think this is also kind of down to writing as well. He was written extremely well, but you could understand why he was doing what he was doing and the sort of moral conflict that exists, which may be down to writing, but he also brought that extra layer of humanity to the part. I'll talk about writing in a minute. I loved it. The acting, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Now, the writing, so I'll include like plot and everything in that. My kind of issue, the only kind of issue exists that in my mind, is that for a film called War for the Planet of the Apes, there's a distinct lack of war. Which, I mean, I didn't particularly want to go in and watch 2 hours of people blowing the shit out of each other. I don't find that really entertaining. I prefer things that have got social commentaries and stuff, which this does. It comments on war at its core. Oh, I'm a poet. Check that out. Yeah, there is no real good and bad in a war. Every single side thinks they're justified. So, like the apes, everything. Well, it was Cobra who started the war, but the apes think that they're right because the humans have been killing them off, and the humans think they have a right to kill the apes because extinction and simian flu and that. So they both think that they're justified, and it's very difficult to bring a war to an end when neither side can see the other side. And when it comes down to this, it's either extinction or annihilation. There's no real positive outcome. So that's why everything is just so dire. There's no chance of peace ever. It was such an interesting thing, and the humans weren't all bad. They're just doing what they can to protect their species. And the apes, they're just trying to protect their species too. Because the humans are scared of the apes. Because the apes are stronger. And they're getting more clever. So you can see both sides, which is something I absolutely loved. And the journey that this took, minor spoilers, there may have been a monkey concentration camp. And I was just sat there like, oh my gosh, are they actually gonna... Yes, they are. Yes, they bloody well are. Oh shit. It was like a monkey Auschwitz, and I was just sat there thinking, okay, right, this is the direction we're taking now. And just everything, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, because I think this is something that you need to see and experience yourself. But so good. And next, cinematography. This was amazingly well shot. The majority of it takes place in snow and in woodland, until the last scene, which I was stunned, because I'm very I'm very attracted to pretty lights and landscapes. So the final scene just had me like, oh yes, queen, yes. But the cinematography was just so beautiful. It was gorgeous. There was a particular scene, it's the first scene, and you've got the scrolling titles, which give you a brief synopsis of all three films. Well, yeah, kind of. It gives you the plot in 2 sentences, about 10 words, 10-word plot synopsis for Rise. Then it gives you a plot synopsis for Dawn, and then it gives you some pre-context for War. And you've just got the the sort of slightly out of focus forest, and then you've got all of these people walking, and one of them's got like ape killer, and then they've got the monkey, well, the ape. Or was he an orangutan? I can't remember. But he had donkey on him, which is what the apes who went to help the humans are called by them. It was just so stunning and vibrant. And the motion capture, mate, I thought I was looking at monkeys. Like, fam! To think how far CGI and motion capture has come, that I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I have to remind myself that they're human. I have to remind myself of this because they look so real. I don't think there was a point where any of the CGI looked hokey, which draws me out of it straight away. That was kind of one of my complaints with Wonder Woman, that the CGI was a little bit off sometimes. But it was so good! I'm struggling to think of any negatives. I didn't see where it was going for a long time, which is rare, because I can usually fairly well predict what's going to happen. But this, I was kept guessing, and then there was the reveal about the little girl, and then the ending, and I just sat there like, I think I need a minute. I need a minute, or I need a cigarette. Either one. I don't even smoke, so you know, that's an interesting thing to desire. It was just sublime. I can't even think of enough words to describe it. It was amazing. I don't think I have any negatives, so okay, my cat wants to join the review apparently. Hi, Catty. What? Yep. The lemur tail has appeared. But I think I have no option, but for the first time ever, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. And I am... yeah, hello. A bit of ASMR for you, cat purring. Oi! Oi, you! This is probably going to go up there as one of my favourite films of all time. Without a doubt. I'm so glad to have experienced this. It is a masterpiece. I have no other words to say, but it is a masterpiece. Anyway, that is my verdict, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye!